We are, it's me, my partner, and my parents. So we're basically, it's mainly the Cowan family on Eastside. We farm 3,000 acres, 1,400 sheep in the Pentland Hills Regional Park, which is, if you don't know, just south of Edinburgh. We're about 10 miles to kind of Brunsfield, which is getting to central Edinburgh, so not far at all, really. The holiday cottage diversification was started by my mum in 1998, and that was to support the family farm. In normal times, it provides stability to an ever more uncertain and dwindling farm income, especially in light of the current uncertainties caused by Brexit. We have 3 cottages at the moment and are currently developing a further 2 and a small farm shop to sell our own produce to guests and hill walkers. COVID has delayed our building work by months and has caused tremendous financial stress in regard to paying back building loans. Our business planning had relied upon our previous high occupancy figures. All members of the family are involved in the business, and we also support a local network of suppliers, including cleaners, laundry, gardeners, local trades, local suppliers, and marketing. We write monthly What's On guides to promote local attractions, shops, and restaurants to guests. We also wanted to note that if not for COVID, we would be consistently booked all year round. Because often assumptions are made about the seasonal nature of our business, but in our case, visitors come and stay all year round. So I think next slide is about the impact of COVID, well, the tier system on us at the moment. So if we could go to next slide. Have you got, yeah. So
is that, can you see that okay? Can everyone see that okay?
Yeah, well, it's a bit fuzzy, I think, on my screen, but you get the idea.
I've got the right slide though.
You have got the right slide. So it was about, I think we concentrated mainly on the tiers impact as opposed to the original lockdown. And Midlothian was put into level 3 at the beginning, meaning that we could remain open, but only to those within the Midlothian Council area. So it was quite frustrating for us being that close to Edinburgh, and I think we could have kind of kept going had that been open to us. But you know, Edinburgh boundaries are a mere 7 miles away, but we weren't allowed to accept people from there. It should be strongly noted that we are a tourism business that relies on people travelling from areas removed from our locality, including internationally. And this differs fundamentally from other hospitality businesses, such as restaurants, which can and do rely on local trade, and retail, which similarly rely on local trade. Local demand is very low, and to have to rely exclusively on local custom renders our business entirely unviable. Technically, in level 3, however, we're allowed to remain open. In turn, this seemingly provides the excuse for us not to receive any government financial support at the moment. So the immediate impacts on, well, on the second lockdown sort of period was 26% of bookings in October were cancelled and not replaced. This was a direct impact of the one household rule. We have got 1 cottage that's a 2-person that was unaffected by that, and we have 2 cottages, 4-person cottages, some of which were affected by that that rule coming in. 84% of bookings in November were cancelled and not replaced. That was a direct impact of tier 3 coming in. And then 50% loss of bookings to date in December, but we have an 100% loss anticipated if tier 3 is kept in place, which is a direct impact of the tier 3 retention that Midlothian was put in recently. We kind of wanted to also explain further impacts. So next year's bookings are heavily impacted by the postponements from this year, in that, you know, it's all been moved into next year and we can't get that money again. Our network of small local providers, including cleaning, marketing experts, caterers, etc., have not received the benefit of our custom for the great proportion of this year. We've incurred massively increased levels of admin due to cancelling, postponing and refunding. This work has been entirely unpaid, and ongoing costs such as heating, lighting, website hosting, bank loan repayments, etc., remain in place without income to fund them. We also, you know, we just wanted to note that each time we make a postponement and are not able to rebook the original slot, as is almost always the case, we effectively lose the entire value of the original booking and incur additional administration costs. While we understand the government must make decisions quickly in light of changing circumstances, being told that Midlothian would be moved into level 2 only for this to be revoked the day before created tremendous stress and effectively ensures the loss of all earnings whilst in place. In light of the decision for Midlothian to remain in Tier 3, we have decided to close until the 11th of December, as we feel the continuing uncertainty makes it impossible to run our small business under these circumstances. Small business owners wear many hats: bookings, customer relations, health and safety, keeping up to date with fluid COVID restrictions, marketing, refunds and postponing. Most of that these days I'm not getting a wage for. We are currently fully booked for Christmas and New Year. We hope very much to be able to honour these bookings, many from people living in England, but we'll need to cancel these if regulations currently in place do not change. To date, bookings over the festive period have been booked and cancelled and rebooked numerous times. This was in part to accommodate changes to international bookings, as originally we had visitors from the US and Australia. And clarification on what our position should be over the festive period has not yet been forthcoming by the Scottish Government, although I think it has just or is today. So the final point really is that we follow all government guidance and precautions. The safety and well-being of our guests and community is utmost important to us. We are aware of the difficult position the government is in, but in order to ensure the survival of our business over the festive season, which is one of our busiest periods, we would ask for support in two things. Firstly, critical financial aid, and secondly, swift clarification on regulations over the festive period. Will we be able to honour our Christmas bookings? And I think my very final point was that actually we feel that without the Agritourism Group and the ASSC, I don't know what we would have done, because the support and the information and the you know, the lobbying and all that provided by you guys has been absolutely second to none, and we are so grateful for your help in that. So.
Just one of your points, which I think is really important, is the whole year, the people that we've had to move into 2021 are dates that we can no longer sell in 2021. So although it's arguably not as bad as a refund, it is, you know, if March 2021 is full of people from 2020, we no longer have March to sell. We only have, you know, one go at it. So I think that's, you know, what you made a great list of very valid points, but I think that is a very important point. So
yeah, I think that to us was, originally we were thinking, oh, postponing so much better than refunding, but actually when you think about it, it's kind of the same thing, in that you're losing the money no matter what. It's just pushing it into a different, you've lost the slot that you're trying to book. So yeah.
And I think as well that just the time on the administration of moving people is, either if you're doing it yourself or you're paying someone else to do it, it is, you know, it's not time that is additional cost that you're not recouping back. Okay, thank you so much, Jenny.